So I think about the years I've spent being a musician, which is going back to 1997. I think I started playing guitar in 1997. No, started playing guitar in 1996. I had my first band in 97. So 22 years ago. Yeah, it's been 22 years since I've been playing music, and like I said, playing in and out of bands and in and out of projects. And it gets me thinking about UBI, how UBI would have been awesome during then. Maybe you know or you don't know. Most musicians struggle. We just do. It's part of the art, is to suffer and struggle and dig deep and fight for your art and suffer for your art. And my experience was no different. And I'm looking at UBI like, oh my God, like my work efforts would have been valued, where the market could never value it unless you got a gig. But there's all this time and money being spent. Okay, you have to spend money on gear. You have to keep re-upping your gear. You have to put in the work, the effort to practice, to get good, to make records, to play live. You're putting excruciating amounts of physical labor into moving gear. It's very labor intensive, and most of the time it's valued at zero. There's nothing there to be monetarily compensated for any of that. You got to get your gig. Okay. It's just like, I just look at how UBI would have been a beautiful experience through that time, which would have made that time a little bit, easier and more accessible. It could have sounded better. I could have bought better equipment, but just knowing that all your work and effort is being valued with a dividend, it just sounds what we need to do. Like Andrew Yang talks about his wife who stays at home with his two kids, and how her efforts are valued at zero. The market values her at zero, when that's one of the hardest jobs to do, is to be a stay-at-home mother. So UBI really starts making sense when you put it into context. If you're an artist, if you're a parent, it really starts to come into focus, and you really like, okay, that really does make sense. Like, I'm putting all this work and effort into something, and the market values it basically at zero, unless you can get paid a gig, like I said. You're providing a service, you're providing entertainment, you're providing art, you're contributing to your town, you're contributing to your scene, and it's just like, it's all valued at zero, and it's a total screw job. So UBI is just a great idea, so we can start being more compassionate towards people. That's why I love the whole reframing of GDP with Andrew Yang. And it's just a great idea. These are great ideas, and I really hope they take off. And I really hope other candidates open up about UBI, because I really think Andrew Yang is going to drive it out of a lot of candidates. He's going to see the popularity it gets. And people around him in the field are going to be like, okay, we got to start talking about UBI. Okay. Gravel's on board for it. Yang, obviously. Tulsi. Bernie is, but he won't pursue it. We got to get people talking about UBI. So there's so much value here. But anyway, let me know what you think. Can UBI fit into your life somehow? If it does, leave a comment down below.